Good morning, everyone. I'm Bondar JR, also known as the Silver Wolf, also simply known most days as Ron. And we're here to stream some EVE Online today. Special thanks to SniperKrizz for the raid already. Sorry, I am running a few minutes behind schedule, so yeah, I had to sit down faster. But yeah, appreciate SniperKrizz. Also, let me get a shout out for Contempo Enterprises. So if you guys are not following these guys, please give them a follow. Seth, good to see you. Jerry Can, good to see you. Zerberden, good to see FU, good to see you. Appreciate you guys. Welcome, Raiders. I think I'm going to start off with what I was doing yesterday for Sisters of Eve. So far, not too bad. I'm running a couple minutes late, but that's mostly because I'm taking care of Abigail. And she does not like to cooperate, so, which is typical. So, I think I'm going to start off with the level 4 Sisters of Eve agents. And I want to see how many points I got. So we ended up with 94 million. That's 94 million, 94,000. So we'll see how we're going. Might have to unfollow that contemporary. I'm not sure about him. No, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Good guys, but definitely one you want to follow. Definitely one you want to follow. And the fact that he came in with SniperKrizz. Any friend of SniperKrizz is a friend of mine. So yeah. But no, thanks, Seth. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a great day, too. We're going to run this one quick, and then we'll see what we'll get into. Maybe dealer's choice. Have to give him crap. Have to give him crap. Yeah. No, he's a good one. SniperKrizz is the one I never get to catch. He's always right before me when I'm getting ready and sleeping. So, but yeah. But yeah, appreciate you guys being here. And thanks again, SniperKrizz, for the raid. I actually got your name right today, so. He says Super SniperKrizz, so. I read something years ago, and I might have told you guys this before, but I read something years ago that your brain actually looks at the first letter and the last letter of something, and it forms what it thinks is the word. And that's why you have problems with stuff like that, like sniper and super. I guess my brain automatically goes to super instead of sniper, but I don't know if it's true or not, but I seem that is the kind of thing that I mess up a lot. So if it has the first letter and the last letter that are the same, I tend to mess it up. Whoa, my lord! Al Monksy with the caps lock. SniperKrizz Mines Tuesday down my old region. Been waiting to do some level 4s down. There you go. There you go. Returning the game after some time off, getting back into ranting and nullsec as part of a larger corp. Good job, Bradley. Good job. Welcome back. Welcome back. Caps lock. Yeah, it's all right, Al. Happens to the best of us. Yeah, welcome back, Bradley. Let us know if you have any questions. That's how people speed read. Yeah. Oh, I've never been a speed reader, but yeah, it does seem to happens always with your name. So yeah. Actually, we got a mission. So let me share. I got free LP for anybody who wants it. For actually, they're Sisters of Eve LP. So this is good LP. Just a one run, then I'm gonna leave the fleet. So I can get it for my alt. But yeah. So yeah, put an X in the in-game channel if you want to be included. I'm getting ready to turn it in, so better make it quick. I'll give you a couple seconds. But yeah, X in the in-game channel. There you go. FU. Lego, good to see ya.
Incoming message.
Good to see ya. Somebody's texting me. Probably my wife, now that I think about it. Wife stayed over at her brother's last night, so nope, not the wife. Junk mail. Junk text. But yeah, wife stayed over at her brother's last night, so Abigail's all depressed. Thinking I made mommy leave, so. Alright. Invite to fleet. You should have got the invite. Do you get less LP the more people's in? Yes, so it splits it, but it'll still be enough to do your daily. So this is a 900. The most you can do is 10 people. So that means all 10 people would get at least 50 LP. So but oh, you got two of them. Wow, their spelling is so close. All right, I got you both. Anybody else? What are you at in the fleet? Oh, we've only got 4. So yeah, I got plenty. I got plenty. I got plenty. I got plenty. So let me know. I'll give you guys a couple more seconds. I'm logging in 3. No worries. I'll wait on you. I'll wait on you. Boom, boom. No fear. If you want to get in, jump in. But yeah, that the LP one is the only one you can share, and so I share it with my alts all the time. But yeah, it'll let you share up to 10 people. Unfortunately, if there's more than 10 in the fleet, I don't know how it decides which 10 get the LP. But Keemon, good to see you. 2 are logging in slowly. Yeah, that's usually the way it works. That's usually the way it works. No worries. No worries. We're all good. We'll just sit here and chat. We'll just sit here and chat. All right. There's Street Corner. That's what I will always know you as. All right. Let me know if there's anyone else. No fear. I know you asked. Let me know if you want in on this before I complete it, because I'm there. Set destination. All right, Cobra, Millie, Street Corner in there. All right, you and everyone else. There you go. Yeah, there you go. All right, last call. Last call. All right, here we go. Every time I do this, as soon as I say complete the mission, somebody puts an X in. I'm like, and then I always feel bad. All right, you guys should have them. I'm gonna leave the fleet. Oop. That dude Vince, thanks for the watch streak. That way, if we get anybody else that jumps in here, then we can form up another fleet. No problem. My pleasure. My pleasure. That's Sisters of Eve LP. Those are highly sought after. So I don't know that, it was a 900 and there was probably about 7 or 8 of us. So yeah, so you might have got 100 each, 120. So yeah, probably not going to get much for 120, but it'll get you your daily. So there you go. There you go. No problem. Anytime, anytime. We're always here to help out. Always here to help out. So, appreciate you. 130. There you go. There you go. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, I don't think you'll get much for 130 of Sisters of Eve, but not bad split 7-8 ways. So, yeah. Yeah, it was 900 and some, so it was one of the higher ones, so that's good. But yeah, it'll definitely, you only need 50 for the daily, so it'll at least get you that, so. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. Though it takes 250,000 to get the Odysseus blueprint, which is what I'm going for. So yeah, it's 130 is a long way from 250,000. And then to build the Odysseus, you need some net resonators, which cost another 250,000 LP. So yeah, so they're kind of robbing us blind with those, but you know, that's how they work. That's how CCP rolls. So we did do the double dipping yesterday, thanks to Lego Maniacs and Jackson Sinclair, who never showed up to the stream. He was in Discord, but he never showed up to the stream. But yeah, they let me know that they were still a double dipping deal. I missed the double dipping deal at Christmas. So the double dipping deal is where you buy the Plex from Marquee Dragon at a 30, 40, 50% discount, and then use the Plex to buy your Omega at CCP when that's also on discount, 30, 40, 50%. So yesterday I got, I think, 40% off on a Mastery Pack, level 5 Mastery Pack, which got me a bunch of Plex, 6 months Omega, and a couple other things. MCTs, 2 MCTs, and some skill thing. Oh, and then 1.7 million skill points as well. And so yeah, I bought those, which was a little more than I paid the last time. I got for 180. I was able to Plex both of my accounts last June for a whole year. Which 180, that's the equivalent of what, 8 months. 8 months? No, 9 months. 9 months. So for one account, because $20 a month, US. So yeah, so for the equivalent of 9 months regular, $20 a month, I was able to Plex both of mine for a whole year. But this one wasn't that cheap. So this one I think was $240, but I got a bunch of extras, so yeah. So yeah. Yeah, no, it was $180 is what I did back last June. I paid $180 and I got enough Plex to Plex both accounts for a whole year. I think I got 6,000 Plex, and it was so discounted that 6,000 would get me a year each. No, you're good. You're good. But yeah. Yeah, what they gave in the Mastery one was 180 days, and so, which was 6 months. So yeah. And then I used the extra Plex to buy another 6 months, so I got the year anyway. But yeah, it cost me $240 yesterday. With the tax and the discount, I think it came to right just below 240. So it was quite a bit higher, but still, I think I got it for like $7 a month back in June, and they had the same sale in December. I missed it because I was kind of playing around to see, since CCP has put out the offer to sell EVE Online, I was kind of waiting to see how that was going to progress, but nobody seems to have taken them up on the offer, so, which is kind of what we expected, but yeah, so I was kind of playing with it, and then the Christmas sale stopped and I got screwed, so. But yeah, thanks to Lego and Jackson, they let me know there was another sale almost as good, so yeah, 240 would have been, so that what it would have cost me to Plex one account for a whole year regular, I Plexed both for a whole year, and I got a bunch of extras. So I think I got like 1,800 extra plex and 4 MCTs and 3.4 million skill points, and yeah, so, and some large skill injectors, or excuse me, regular skill injectors. Yeah, 10 each, so 20 of those. So yeah, so it worked out pretty good. Pretty good deal. Not as good as the other one, but that's all right. I got a lot of extras, so extras always work out. So, but yeah, I need to check my builds. I need to run back to Jita here one of these days.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Need to run back to Jita one of these days. Probably, we got the mining event tomorrow. So tomorrow night, we will do the mining event, where I mine with my viewers. So yeah, everyone's welcome. We will do it here, as at the moment, we will do it in Eufene. I say here in Eufene, but I'm actually not in Eufene at the moment. But yeah, we'll do it in Eufene. So it wasn't the best deal, but definitely a good deal. Yep. Yeah, I think so too. And the MCTs are something that I always want, but I'm always too cheap to buy them. So the fact that they were thrown in helped. And then, like I said, I got an extra after buying the extra 6 months, because it was on sale with CCP, the 6 months. After getting the extra 6 months, I still have like 1,800 Plex left. So that's a huge deal. So yeah, 900 per account, and so yeah, so that's not bad at all, because I can definitely use those for stuff. So, but yeah, I'm plexed out for a year and a half now. So Omega'd out for a year and a half on both accounts. So, which gives me the buffer I'm always looking for. So, but yeah, thanks for that, Lego, and for also special thanks to Jackson Sinclair, because he was the one who actually put it in Discord. And thanks to Lego for letting me know that it was about to end, because I guess it ended at downtime. So if I hadn't pulled the trigger yesterday, I would have missed another one. So yeah, so. But yeah, it worked out good. Worked out good. Yeah, I kind of wanted the deal, but needed the Omega for the Alpha count. But yeah. Since I couldn't have that, it decided to wait. Yep, MCTs were count bound. Yeah, they are count bound, which I'm okay with. I still haven't, last night I didn't spend my time thinking about the new name. So I'm going to make an alt to join Legos Corp, so I can start doing some moon mining with one of my alts. I got one spot left on my 2 accounts, but yeah, I haven't. That's always the hardest part with creating an alt, is coming up with a good name. So if I could have split them up, would have probably done the deal too. Yeah, they usually do those account bound, which I don't know why they do that. It's like I have a resculpt, character resculpt. It's a bound to one of my accounts. It's like, which that would be something that would be good to let you trade around, but yeah, not that I probably will ever use it. But you got a 5th account that'd like to get alpha. Yeah. See, I only do the 2 accounts. I gotta stick with the 2. Boom. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Docking permission requested.
Yeah, and I never do that. I never actually train them all the way up to the 5 million and then make them alpha. I have everything, or excuse me, then make them Omega. I have everything on Omega already, so I don't bother. But yeah, I do need to get that guy started, and so I can start working on the Magic 14. But Yeah. Like I said, the hardest part was starting a new alt is coming up with the name. Freaking low sec. 600 points. Send me to low sec and you pay me less than you pay me on all the others. Ridiculous. I'm being honest. I've got 6 accounts waiting as alpha with 2 tunes each at the 5 million cat. There you go. Yeah, I suppose that's the other one I could do is I could make another alpha account. Train a bunch of them up. But yeah, that's kind of a pain. Just in case I win the lottery and can get that PC that runs 10 accounts and can afford all the megas. Yeah, Scimitar, good to see ya. Drakenhorde, good to see you. We've been missing you, Drakenhorde. Scimitar, how you feeling? Hopefully it's still continuing to improve. Good for tomorrow. There you go. There you go. No worries on that. If you need another day off, we got it. I'm in the right clone now. So when I boosted last week for me, myself, and I think we had one. I think Al showed up. But yeah, I'm getting them to 5 million. So 5 million is the cap for an alpha account. That's the most you can ever train on an alpha account. So once you get them to the 5 million, that's the most you can train on an alpha account. So that way you can train them to 5 million for free. And then when you go Omega, you can train from there. So you're not paying to train them on the free stuff. So been having some normal sleep time. There you go, Drakador. Sorry about that. I know this is a weird hour for you, so sorry about that. Yeah, so 5 million is the alpha cap. That's the most skill points you can have on an alpha character. So once you hit that, it won't let you train anymore until you go Omega. So you'll get them up to that for free, which takes months. And then you can start paying for Omega, so that way you're not paying for the free stuff. So, but yeah, it's 6 to 1 half dozen the other. Yeah, you do get 2 times training speed on Omega, so yeah. So that's a good point. That's a good point. So yeah. Yeah, and I've just always paid for the Omega. It's kind of like... My problem is that all the ships I want to fly require Omega, so it's kind of like, eh. So even when if I had an alt that was only alpha, I would be like, I would probably want them to fly a ship that they couldn't fly, because, man, a lot of people in this system. Oh, it's low. It's high sec. Target what you train. Yep. True, but the alpha counts aren't urgent. I started them 2 years ago, just idle training. Yep. That way you can just kind of let them run in the background. Yep. So it's not costing me anything. Never use them. Yep. Yeah, so that's kind of nice. So it's not costing me anything. I never use them. I'm not out of anything. Yep. But that's the other one. See, I can't even come up with a name for my 6th character. I mean, if I had 4 other alpha accounts and I have to come up with names for all of them, yes, that would blow my mind. Then I would start naming them like scimitars, you know, give them all the same last name and just change the first name. So, but then people know you're together. So, which I don't really like. I don't mind if you guys know, but when the gankers find me, I don't want them to, track down my whole family. Yeah. And each account has 2 characters at the 5 men. So, yeah. So, I got an extra head start. There you go. That works. That works. Takes the longest time to find a name. Yeah, that's mine. I know some of you guys don't have that problem, but yeah, I literally rack my brain to come up with a name, and I'm very happy with all the names I have for my 5 currently. So yeah, so now I'm trying to make a 6th, and it's like Crap. Also, event bonuses can be claimed on a lot of times. The alpha tracks have extra SP, so they earn the 5 million and just collect. There you go. Yeah, because those ones, if you get them from the event bonuses, they don't expire. So that's good. I did just about every name I picked was already in use. Yeah. And so, yeah, that's the other one. So that's why I always try to do something super unique. So that there's no chance of it being... Oh, do they? Yeah, because the ones that I thought the ones you got from the event stuff were like the ones we get. Speaking of that, were the ones like these, the 15,000. I don't have them on here because I used them all, but were like the 15,000 that you get. And speaking of that, go out to your new Eden store. There's 15,000 skill points out there for everybody that is Omega. That's an Omega only gift. I didn't pick them up yet, but yeah, that happened at downtime, so. Yeah, so now I have one. I thought they were like those. So now when you look on here, those 15,000 will be at the bottom. They never expire. So I thought they were like those. If they expire, that kind of sucks. So yeah. Everything event has a 30-day. Yeah, I recycle names playing MMOs since 92 has its advantage. Yeah, that's what I've tried to do too. All these names are ones I used in other MMOs. But yeah, that's true. So Omega gets 15 skill point a week too. Yep. But you can collect it and it'll be on the unal. Oh, okay. So you can actually collect it and it won't. Okay. So because I actually got a message from mine when I was away on one of my sabbaticals. I got a message, an email that told me the skill points that were on my account that were unallocated were about to expire. And I was going to lose them if I didn't use them. So that was one of the reasons I came back, was because it told me that the skill points were going to expire. I hadn't logged in and I had to actually install the game and log in so that I could allocate the skill points. But yeah, I don't know how, that was probably years. So maybe if you don't log in, yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah, because it sent me an email and was like, oh, crap. Log in as an alpha, they stay there. That's cool. So, yeah, so that's good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Wow, 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 wow.
Warp drive active.
FU, I'm adding your 2 accounts just so I have them. Anything I see in the in-game channel, I always try to add so that if I know who it is.
Permission requested. Docking request accepted.
$700. Exotic dancers. Gotta deliver some exotic dancers. Deliver some exotic dancers.
Warp drive
Yeah,
active.
there you go. Keep them. Yeah, exactly. Gotta give them an interview, see how their pole dancing skills are. Yeah, Dragon Horde, I understand the recycling names. That's my problem, is I've played a bunch of MMOs, but I've never had that many characters on them. So yeah, I think I'm at my limit with the 5 I have now, so Even World of Warcraft. I think I only ever had 2 characters on World of Warcraft, so that's ugh. All right, word band's up. 9:43. We'll go to 10 o'clock. Starting now. See how long this goes. Yeah, and they're going to give me almost 800 LP, so they're worth more to me for the mission. Wow, my WoW accounts, yes, plural, had multiple servers with max slots. I think it's 10 characters. Yeah, see, I don't think I never did. And even when I did multiple, I think I did do multiple servers. I still only had the 2. I used the same 2 names on every server. I read plenty sci-fi books. Let other people come up with names. There you go. Yep. Well, but that's... What's up, Booga? Good to see you. But that's the problem, is usually when you do a character from a book, somebody's already grabbed it. So, if you guys aren't following Booga, give Booga a follow. Awesome Australian streamer. With a cool hat. With a cool hat. But yeah, that's my problem, is if I use character names from books, somebody's already chosen them. So yeah. So I read all the books usually. I wait till the whole series is written. I like series. And one thing I cannot stand is reading a book, getting super into it, and getting to the next book to find out it's not completed yet. I'm like, so yeah. So, and I've had that happen several times because I didn't research it well enough. But so yeah, I try to read them all for after they're done. So by the time they're completely done, somebody's already chosen one of those names. So get Lego My Ego as a name anywhere, yeah. Not so cool last night. Very hot, very hot. Yeah, and that hat's got to make it hotter. That hat's got to make it hotter. That hat's got to make it hotter. Gotta make it hotter. It's actually really sunny here today. My wife called me from her brother's house, which is near a lot. I posted a new video last night. It's from Sunday. But I was planning on going over to the lot today. But the wife told me that Foreman got called away, so I probably shouldn't go over there. Because anytime I go over and Foreman's not there, I'm pretty pissed. I don't know why engineer keeps calling him away, but obviously he's the most skilled foreman he has. So he's calling him to other job sites. But the reason I chose him for our foreman was because he's the most skilled foreman he has. So, did I? Figures. I used Nuber and Goob Dweeb, and Nuber didn't crap the last name. There you go. Oh, yeah, I guess capitalization, you could screw with that. All right, so I missed the word band, so we'll give away 50 mil. You can have some of my cold. There you go. Get a roof on it so it starts looking like the Parthenon. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they're getting close. Like they said, they're hedging their bets, and they said by the end of February the roof will be on. But I think they're probably gonna have it on earlier than that. I'm thinking middle of February. I'm hoping before my wife's birthday's at the 25th of February. So yeah, I'm hoping before her birthday the roof is on. So that'll be a good birthday gift for her. So one of my series I read is being published since the 60s, and they ain't done yet. Yeah. See, I hate those. I don't even want to start those. It could be the best series in the world, but I don't want to start those. I did that with the Wheel of Time series, and I loved the Wheel of Time. Loved it. But man, I was so pissed. And that was one of the reasons I made the rule, was because I think they had the first 3 or 4 books written when I started that series, and I flew through them and then had to wait a year for the next book. So then what I did is every time a new book came out, I read the earlier ones first. And so I ended up reading the first book like 17 times. So I pretty much have it memorized. And but yeah, I think there's 13 books in that series, and it's ridiculous. But it's a great series. But yeah, after that, I was like, yeah, sorry. I need to wait till you're done before I start. Because what did you all do before streaming? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I like the weekly format. Gives me something to look for. Yeah, see, and I'm not a... We've talked about this before, Vince. I'm not a big weekly format. Like the Fallout. The Fallout is driving me crazy. Give me the next one. Come on. I want to binge them. So that way... Because I can't remember... Because we watch so much crap. And I read so many books. And trying to remember what happened is like... At least a lot of them give you the recap, which is kind of nice. But yeah. Up to 3,000 on mine so far. There you go. Set things on fire. Blow stuff up. Yep. Yeah. Good attempt. I don't know if it was a good attempt, Zerberton. I didn't realize I missed it, so it must not have been that good of an attempt, but I have not started FOS2 yet for the same reason. Yeah, I did. And don't get me wrong, it's good. I'm enjoying it. But that waiting, you know. I watch a whole series of something else before the next video, the next, you know, episode comes out, and then I can't remember. What did they do last episode? So, yeah. I have not watched the last episode. Yeah, I watched the one that came out last week. I'm waiting for the one this week, so. I think they've only got 2 more in the season. But, yeah. And it's been good. It's been good. I'm enjoying it. I also don't watch a ton of stuff, so remember. Yeah, see, that's our problem. That's my wife's. Is, you know, how many things can we watch? That's our nightly stuff. Is we sit and watch TV, and kind of ridiculous. Kind of ridiculous. So yeah, and we watch some really crappy stuff. Like we've been watching all the new movies of Bruce Willis, which I love Bruce Willis. Don't get me wrong, Bruce 552. I mean, come on. I love Bruce Willis, but since his condition has deteriorated, they put his name in there to get you to watch it, and they're horrible, horrible movies. He's the only big name actor, and he's having a lot of trouble acting, and so we usually watch those, and then she complains about how bad they are. One day I may turn the TV on. Yeah, there you go. New one is out now, I think. So it might have came out yesterday. I didn't check. I missed 26 episodes per season shows. Yeah. Yeah. We watched those too. We watched the SVU, Law and Order, SVU, Law and Order, regular Law and Order, Criminal Intent, you know, all those. Yeah, they have, you know, I think the other one we liked is Snapped, where women kill their significant others and get caught. I think they have like 40 episodes a season. And so, yeah, they're kind of great, but yeah, most of those are just like, how dumb did you think you'd be? You solicited everyone at your work, in your neighborhood, about killing your husband, and you wonder why the cops are looking at you when he turns up murdered? What? You asked 20-some people if they'd help you murder your husband, and you wonder why the cops are looking at you? Like, why are you guys focusing on me? Yeah. Which is the other ironic part, because the first one they focus on is always the spouse. Even if you don't ask 20 people at work and in your neighborhood to help you kill your husband, they're still going to focus on you. But yeah. So yeah, those are nice because we usually use those as fillers, but we've actually stopped watching the YouTube one where they get scammed, the romance scammers. What was that called? Yeah, we stopped watching that one. They do like one episode a week as well. And so, yeah. So I was like, yeah. But yeah. I watch a lot of cops on YouTube. There you go. See, I think that's the one with. But see, I think that one, that just kind of, that also would lower my expectations on humanity again. Because, like I said, very early on, and maybe I'm giving you guys too much information here, but very early on in my life, I realized I was smart enough to get away with crimes. But I also realized because I was smart enough to actually get away with them, I was also smart enough to know that it really wasn't worth the risk. That going to prison, I would not do well in prison. I would be somebody's bitch. I mean, let's be honest. Especially when I was back in my really skinny days. So, but yeah, somebody would have loved me. Have more sex than I would ever want. That's what they said. Prison's great. You get to read a book a day. You get all kinds of exercise and more sex than you ever want. So yeah. But yeah, I realized early on that, you know what? I'm probably smart enough to get away with something, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Because sooner or later you're going to screw up. Sooner or later you're going to screw up. And then when you do, you're like, then you're screwed. Because I'd be the guy that gets, 50 years for stealing a candy bar, It's all the same. Nothing changes. Yep. And that's kind of what I told my kids. I said, you know what? There's a cost for everything. If you're willing to pay the cost, the biggest deal is knowing the cost. You can figure out what the cost is, and if you're willing to pay the cost, go for it. My daughter snuck out the window and ran off with her boyfriend and ended up getting pregnant, and yeah. And that was the cost. 18 years of her life. But yeah, she didn't know that cost ahead of time. No. Especially since he was a major POS. But yeah, hindsight's always 20/20. But I said, yeah, that's the key to making good decisions, is evaluating the cost and deciding, is it worth it? Crime doesn't pay. There you go. There you go. Thanks, Vince. I was told at a young age they have a cage to put you in. That's it. As a wise man, Roman Pierce once said, don't drop the soap, homie. Yep. Yeah, that's it. I mean, because I did a prison ministry in Kansas City at Leavenworth Federal Penitentiary. And, that was long after I had already come to that conclusion that, you know what, I would not do well in prison. But that reinforced it immensely. Because when those steel doors close, and I wasn't an inmate, but when those steel doors closed, I felt like an inmate. It was subconscious. And it was overwhelming. No worries, Vince. It's all good. Appreciate it. But yeah, there's always, that's what I told my kids, there's always a cost. The key is knowing the cost before you commit yourself. And that's not always easy to do, but that's where your intelligence comes in. I told them, you know what, you're both my children. You're intelligent enough to figure out what the cost is. So be smart. Don't be dumb. Because you might actually be able to get away with it. But everybody makes mistakes. And if you're not willing to pay the cost, then don't do it. If you can't do the time, then don't do the crime. So, yeah. But, yeah, that one has been a good one for me. Because there's been several times where I've evaluated certain things, and it's been like, I needed a clip to share to my TikTok from you to get my social media badge. There you go. There you go. Appreciate the share. Appreciate the share. But yeah. I think that's where the difference is with, you know, those major criminals is they have the intelligence to work out the details, but they don't have the common sense to realize that, yeah, because they just think they're going to get away with it. And I think that's where the realism comes in is, what's good, my friend? Pro-ratering. Yeah, that's my pro-rater. That is my pro-rater. Yeah, I'm running SoE missions. Good to see you, Blue Gray. We're talking about crime doesn't pay.
Docking request accepted.
But yeah. And actually I say that, but when you think about it from a bank robbery perspective, you know, I worked for a bank for 25 years, and the last successful bank robber was Jesse James, and he never got to spend the money. So, in fact, I don't know that they ever found it. I'm sure somebody probably found it, and we just never heard about it. So, Spongy John, good to see you, buddy. Definitely give Spongy John a follow. If I can spell. One of the Wormhole PD. Oh no, it's the cops. Yep. We were just talking about crime doesn't pay. And then you show up. It's like you heard me. Crime doesn't pay. Crime doesn't pay. Five-0, hide. Yep. 5-0. 5-0. I love that one. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, don't hate him because of his job. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. We were talking about that yesterday. How wooed of you. We were talking about that yesterday. Who polices the police? You are a good man. Spongy John. I definitely recommend him. So he's a lot of fun to watch. But yeah, I think that's where the disconnect with most of the criminals are, is they have the intelligence to formulate a plan that could work. They don't have the common sense to say, is it really worth it? Till tomorrow, yeah. Till tomorrow. Rage quitting. Goodbye forever, yeah.
Permission requested.
Man, no love here. No love here.
Docking request accepted.
We were just talking about crime doesn't pay. We got to give you some harassment, Spongy, but it's all with love. Yep. All with love. All with love. Love and respect. That makes all the difference. Ooh, 108 too. That's a good one. Crime don't pay, and you get all the sex you never wanted imprisoned. Yeah, that's it. Get to read one book a day. Bunch of exercise, be in the best shape of your life, and more sex than you ever wanted.
Warp drive active.
There was a joke about that. Somebody said, yeah, well, I know how you can read a book a day and get all the exercise you want and more sex than you ever wanted. You just got to go to prison. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Boom, boom, boom. Good song.
Warp drive active.
Oh, it's all good. I ain't that thin-skinned. Too old to care that much. I hear you. I hear you. Yeah. I think after a couple decades, after a handful of decades, you're kind of like, yeah, it's really not that bad. I've told you guys about one of my first streams, early stream. Some woman from I think she was from South America. I want to say Brazil, but it might not have been Brazil. But she came in. English wasn't her primary language, but she came into my channel, and the first words that she put in the chat were, "Man, you're old." And I went, "Okay." I can't argue that fact, but I appreciate you being here. Any other words of wisdom? She's like, no, I don't mean that as a negative. I'm like, well, then you're gonna have to elaborate, because the way that came across, it was definitely negative. She's like, no, we don't usually don't see streamers your age. Yeah, I think there's a lot more than they think. They're the ones that don't show that don't have a camera on. Part of the reason I don't run a cam. Yep, that in my career wouldn't be a good idea to post my face. Oh yeah, exactly.
Docking permission requested.
Yeah, I had some buddies, but some buddies of mine and I went out to the casino one night, and Kansas City's got a bunch of casinos and on the river, and went out to the casino one night, and after we gambled for 3-4 hours, we decided to go to Taco Bell. Kind of where we went every time we were done gambling. I don't know why, but anyway, we go to the Taco Bell drive-through. And we're in the drive-through, and the young guy at the window says, "Hey, I gave you the senior discount," and because I was driving, and I said, "Thank you very much." And these guys lost it, just lost it. They were like, "You're gonna take the senior discount?" I said, "He can give me the discount for being the ugliest man on the planet. It's a discount. I'll take it." I said, "I didn't ask for it. I'm not old enough to claim a senior discount, but he gave it to me." And so, proper response is, "Thank you for the discount." I would have used a filter. There you go. I joke that I'm the oldest e-boy on Twitch all the time. There you go. I did think about taking my Eve avatar and find a way to turn it into one of these VTuber things. Yeah, that's a big thing now. But me and Tech don't get along so well. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I could do that. Because like Lily's got one that somebody designed for her, and I've actually seen pictures of her, so it resembles her. So yeah. But yeah.
Warp drive active.
But yeah, they laughed for hours. And I'm like, it's not that funny. They were like, I can't believe you took the senior discount. I'm like, somebody gives me a discount? Well, you guys know me well enough. Shit. Give me a discount for anything, I'll take it. A discount is a discount. I'm as cheap as they come. Like I said, he gonna give me a discount for the ugliest man on the planet. Deal. Where do I sign?
Warp drive active.
Discount is a discount. That's why I said I didn't ask for it. He gave it to me, and proper response was, "Thank you." Not, "Oh, I'm not old enough for the senior discount." Screw that. It's a discount. VTube, yeah, I wouldn't be arsed to do that. Too much effort. Yeah, that's it. It is a lot of effort. It does a whole bunch of scans so that when you're moving, the avatar moves, and your facial expressions, your eyebrows, things of that nature. I'm like, yeah, that's too much. That's too much work. Let's just put the camera on. Ads are getting ready to start. Yeah, ads are getting ready to start.
Docking permission requested.
Touching you
Docking request accepted.
and loving you makes everything right. I never knew love before. Then came you. Then came you. I never knew love before. Then came you. Then came you. Love this song. This is my theme song to my wife. I never knew love until she came into my life. I was married before. Satisfy me. Sorry for the singing. Sorry for the singing. Yeah, Booga and I were talking about that last night. Yeah, Booga was singing on his stream. He's got a nice voice, so I always hear the singing when I'm listening to the video after I upload it to YouTube, and without the music, man, I sound horrible. I'm sure I sound horrible with the music, but at least the music blocks some of it out. So the poor YouTubers, appreciate you guys. Actually, I've been having a sporadic, someone is giving me thumbs down on YouTube. So if you're giving me a thumbs down, that's your prerogative. I appreciate that, but at least put a comment in there to tell me why so that I can fix it. So by all means. So appreciate you watching. If you're gonna give me a thumbs down, at least let me know why. So that way I can fix it. But yeah, sorry for the YouTubers and my singing. Maybe that's why. Maybe every time I sing, they give me a thumbs down. I don't know. I think I sing every day, so. Never knew love before. That came you.
Warp drive active.
Can't please everyone. Yeah, I kind of gave up on it because I was like, but yeah, it was kind of like, it's been happening a lot lately. And it's just one person. And I'm pretty sure it's probably the same person. But yeah, just let me know what it is and I'll try to fix it. Thumbs down is still engagement to the, yeah, exactly. It is. It is. That's true. No such thing as bad press, you know? But yeah, I'm like, come on, let me know. At least let me know why. Then the other thing is maybe they're not meaning to hit the thumbs down. I've done that a couple times. Try to hit the thumbs up and hit the thumb down, but I usually correct it right away. But yeah, you leave the thumb down on, so yeah. And that's the other thing. If you don't like them, why do you keep watching them? Because like I said, there's been a rash of them. Like for the last couple months. And I'm like, okay, well, if you're going to thumbs down every one of my videos, then why are you watching me? Surely I'm not the only guy on. But yeah, it's all good. I've thought about stopping posting them to YouTube because I don't get enough viewers on YouTube to do anything. So, but there are a few that seem to watch them and seem to enjoy them. So yeah, since I engaged them that way, I want to keep them going. Howard Stern syndrome. There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I think it bugged me at first. And then I was kind of like... And then I was just like, yeah, who cares? But yeah, I would like to, if they do have a legitimate complaint, by all means, I'll be happy to try and fix it. Like if they want to complain about my singing, I understand that. I can agree with that because I hear myself singing on the video and without the music, and I'm like, good God, please stop doing that. But unfortunately, when I hear music, I gotta sing. Gotta sing. There's one of those in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. No, 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 no. Don't stop that. Stop that. None of that. None of that. I just want to sing. She's got large tracts of land.
Warp drive active.
Another law. Maybe that's another one of the clips I'll put up. No, no, when I start singing, you guys can play that one. No, 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 none of that. None of that. Open World Love. Player station named Open World Love. I don't know. But yeah. What else? So yeah, mining event tomorrow. Tomorrow night in Ufine. We may look and see if we can find some Omega. Some Amber or Kernite deposits and mine those. And then come back to Ufine for the regular mining. We'll see. There's usually never any near us, so it's usually not a problem. But if they're close, they're definitely more profitable than the regular ore, so I may as well get them before somebody else does. But yeah, somebody will get them. I don't think I got Reagan's 15,000 skill point. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Nope, I didn't. All right, I'm heading to bed. Are you sure, Zerbaden? Let's do before you go. Let's do the giveaway. Since you're responsible for it, at least I give you a chance to get it back. So let me get the marbles open. So I failed the word ban. So we're gonna give away 50 million. 50 million. GAW. What's GAW? Giveaway? Giveaway is a don't have it. It's for don't have it too. It's for the people. All right, Zerban, appreciate it. Thanks for always doing the word ban. I do appreciate it. Marbles. All right, race. Random. Endurance test. Oh, that sounds like a good one. Says I'm the record holder. September 1st, 2024. Oh crap. Yeah, Zerbaden, have a good night. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right, explanation point play for 50 million. 50 million. This is a long one, yeah. And there's one over there too. So it looks like you go all the way down there and then do a gate to go all the way over there. So yeah, it's a long one. But yeah, explanation point play. 50 million. 50 million. Appreciate you guys. Explanation point play. Give away 50 million for the word ban. Word ban. Actually, I think I might have some skins left. Let me check and see if I have skins left. If I have skins left, we'll add a couple others on. Permanent skins. Permanent skins. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 skins that I have. So, yeah. So, let's do 4. Let's do 5. Let's do 5. We'll do the top 4 and then whoever's dead last. Got to finish, but dead last. And we'll do 5 prizes. 50 million and then 4 skins. 4 skins. So explanation point play. Explanation point play. This one's a long one. And I am the record holder for this one. So yeah, so there you go. You got to beat my record. Got to beat my record. Don't have to beat my record, but if you beat my record, there should be something special if you beat my record. We'll see. Maybe I'll throw in something special if you beat my record. We'll see. We'll see. Explanation point play. 50 million and skins. We're going to do 5 winners. 5 winners. 5 winners. Good song. No pressure. Yeah, no pressure. No pressure. Yeah, no pressure. I think we've run this. I think we've run this one before because I think this is the only one where I have the record and nobody beat it. So, but yeah, explanation point play. Explanation point play. We got 17 in the stream and 10 in here. All right, let's go. Let's go. Alt. Come on. Alt. There you go. All right, last chance. Explanation point play. Start. I'm going to jump. Nope, already jumping. 22 seconds. Explanation point play. Last call. Last call. Last call. Man, Sniper rated with 67 and I'm down to 17. Man, I'm horrible. Chased you guys all the way. Probably went to bed. All right. 6, 5, 4. Got them back on there. Oh, right into last minute. Way to go. Way to go. All right, here we go. Going into the funnel. Going into the funnel. I'm going to get down here and see who comes out of the funnel first. Kind of a slow funnel. Kind of a slow funnel. It looks like Skimitar's kind of in the lead. He's riding the funnel kind of high. Skimitar's first one out of the funnel. Followed by Keyman, Booga, Allen, Almonxy, Jerrycan, FU. Skimitar's got a pretty good lead. Pretty good lead. Are those explosives? No, I think they're plungers. So yeah, if you hit the plunger when it's coming up, it'll actually shoot you into space. So Skimitar's still in the lead, but Booga's catching up. Booga's catching up. Keymon and Allen actually took the straightaway. So they might be in the lead. I think they're in the lead now. So yeah, I think Keymon's got the lead. Keymon's in the lead, yeah. No, it's about the same. Yep, definitely ahead. Allen, Keymon, Allen, and Skimitar. Skimitar got through the sweeper first, though. Way to go, Skimitar. Coming into the loop-de-loop. Booga and everybody stuck on the sweepers. FU's out of the sweeper, but moving slow. Booga finally got out. He's moving pretty good pace, so Skimitar still going down, 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 round and round and round we go. Skimitar's the first one out of the loop-de-loop. Going through the plungers. Actually did a good job getting through them. So yeah, he's got a pretty good lead. Pretty good lead. Pretty good lead. As long as he don't get caught by the swiper, which he got caught by the swiper. All right, so Skimitar's there. Keymon's in second. Looks like Almonxy might be in third. I think Skimitar's going to take number 1. Booga moved up. Booga's and Almonxy are fighting for second. Up Skimitar. Yeah, Skimitar's in there. Booga takes second. Almonxy third. Keymon's going to get 4. The dude Vince got 5. FU got 6. Jerrycan's got 7. Damahedron has got 8. Excellent job. Excellent job. And everybody finished. Check that out. Check that out. Check that out. So Alan, you'll get 1 because you're last. All right. So Skimitar, you got your choice between 50 million or skin. 50 million or a skin.
Warp drive active.
50 million or skin. Here's the skins. Nothing super fancy. I think there's a Prime A, which is like 3 million. So yeah. So, yep, there's the skins. Can you see them? Yeah. $50 million or a skin. Trying to think of what you fly. There's a Griffin in there. Tristan. Yeah, nothing really. Nothing really. The Reaper? No problem. No problem. Come on. Low as molasses. The Reaper it is. Appreciate ya. Congratulations. All right. Good job. Good job. All right. Next is Booga. Booga. 50 million or a skin. Only listed as a variant of the Noctis. The Prime A? Oh, okay. So maybe it's a tier 2 Noctis. I didn't know. Yeah. Booga. You're up. You're up. Let me know if you want to scan or the 50 million. Scan or the 50 million. Booga is asleep. Yeah, we'll give him a second. He might have went to the bathroom.
Warp drive active.
The Prime A is not on the ship tree. It is not on the ship tree? Ah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And you know what? Don't anybody leave. Because we'll give everybody a prize. Since everybody finished. Alright, Booga, we'll skip over Booga. Next is Al Monksy. We'll come back to Booga. 50 million or a skin. And actually, since there's only 11 of you, we'll give everybody something.
Warp drive active.
So Al Monksy. Did Al Monksy go to sleep too? Jeez. This is the worst part about doing the giveaways, is trying to get you guys to respond. There it is. He's going to take the ISK. There we go. There we go. That makes sense. That makes sense. You're not on. So, yeah, so. Actually, let me go to my contacts. I think that's probably easier.
Request accepted.
Social contacts. Oh, I got a ton of them. I'll do a search. R-O. Oh, helps if you wait till you're done docking, dingbat. I tell you, some days it's a wonder I even get out of bed. 50 million it is. 50 million it is. Congratulations. Congratulations. Booga's going to be pissed he didn't get the 50 million. Booga, if you're out there, you're up. Alright, so the rest are all skins. If you had a skin I could use, it would have been different. I understand. I understand. Alright, so Booga or Kimon? Kimon. Pick a skin. Pick a skin, any skin. Pick a skin, any skin.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're not really, they're not mouth-watering skins. I apologize. I apologize. Stork. Stork it is. Stork it is. Kimon, I got your name. Since you always win. Kimon always wins. I think he's probably my biggest winner. Probably my biggest winner. Alright, Stork is gone. Booga, if you're out there, or the dude Vince. And actually, probably the next one would be Alan. So Alan, let me know which one you want. Only 2.3 billion in MR. The dude Vince, actually, both of you can let me know. No problem, Kimon. No problem.
Warp drive active.
So Booga, the dude Vince, and Alan. Crusader for Alan. Gotcha. And I saw you put yours back there. Alan Dart. I should have remembered that. I should have remembered that. There you go. There you go. Congratulations, Alan. Booga or the dude Vince. Send it to Millie Darkside. Okay. Tristan, no worries. Tristan it is. Create. Millie Darkside it is. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right. All right, Booga, if you're out there. Booga, Booga, Booga. No problem, Alan. No problem, Vince. FU. Booga, FU, Jerry Can. Booga, FU, Jerry Can.
Warp drive active.
Booga, FU, Jerry Can. The Tristan's gone, but the rest of them are still there. Booga, FU, Jerry Can. No problem, Al. No problem. And actually, Damahedron, sweet, I don't have that skin. There you go. Damahedron, Lego, and Retsua. If you guys are out there, you can pick two since we're waiting on the other ones. And Booga went to sleep.
Warp drive active.
There's Damahedron. Let me know which one you want, Damon. I believe it's time for me to fly. Sure, you can have it. That's it. Not a problem. Congratulations. At least that one you can probably sell for something. It says it's worth 3 million. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth 3 million, but somebody might pay that for it. Jerry Can, nothing for you. No worries. Appreciate it. All right. So we got Damon. So Retsua, Booga, Lego. Retsua, Booga, and Lego.
Warp drive active.
Retsua probably left because I before I said don't leave. No worries, no worries. Not a problem. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys being here. There's a lot of Eve streamers out there. Appreciate you spending your time with me.
Docking permission requested.
And thanks, Jerry Can. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Jerry Can's like my first viewer. I think Jerry Can's been watching me forever. So, appreciate you, Jerry Can.
Docking request accepted.
Lego, is the Ibis still available? The Ibis is still available. The Ibis is still available. You want Lego My Ego or Lego Maniacs? Or does it matter? Oh, good song. Good song. I'll send it to Lego Maniacs. There you go. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right. So Retsua and Booga. And FU. Retsua, Booga, FU. Booga, FU, Retsua. Another low sec one. for 600. 600 freaking points. Yeah, see, that's ridiculous. You're sending me to low sec. You should at least give me some more. Booga. F.U. Ritsua.
Warp drive.
Give them a second in case they went to the bathroom. In case they went to the bathroom. I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven or this could be hell. Booga, F.U. or Ritsua. If you're out there, you got a prize. So let me know. Let me know.
Active.
Such a lovely place. Such a lovely face. We are singing again. Alright. So yeah, Booga, F.U. or Ritsua. If you guys are out there, you got a prize from the race. So I think Booga definitely went to bed.
Warp drive active.
Actually, though, I think it's early. It's early for Booga. He shouldn't be in bed. What time is it in Australia? "1:35 p.m. Yeah, so he's actually ahead of me. So yeah, he shouldn't be sleeping now. Depending on where he's at. Wow, certain sections have a half hour on a walkabout. That's probably what it is. Some of them are half hours, so they actually have Adelaide is GMT plus 10.5. Christmas Island is GMT plus 7. No, yeah, that's the only one that's 10.5. I've never seen a point anything. So that's interesting. But yeah, it's afternoon for him, so. Of our own device.
Active.
In the master's chamber. So Booga, Ritsua, and F.U. If you guys are out there, you got a prize from the race. So let me know. Definitely want everybody to get their prizes. I had to find the passage back to the place I was before. Relax, said the night man. We are programmed to receive. Check out any time you like, but you can never leave. Wow, wow, wow. It's a little cold in here. So we actually, last week, we had somebody come and clean the air conditioners. And they did a really good job, to the point where they're like even more powerful now than they were before. So now I'm having trouble getting the right temperature because it's super cold in here. Which, don't get me wrong, it's the way I like it. But probably too cold for Abigail. Abigail's kind of like cuddling. So Abigail, how come you didn't eat your breakfast? Hey, eat your breakfast. Oh man, come on, eat your breakfast.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
She's got to be hungry. She just wants to sleep. She just wants to sleep. I think that's part of the sickness. So poor kid. And unfortunately, the medicine makes her horribly nauseous. So I've got to make sure she eats long before we give her the medicine so she doesn't throw up. Like yesterday, she threw up whatever she ate. That's why I'm thinking she's got to be hungry. But which of course then also means she loses the medicine, which is crazy. I think I waited over 2 hours and she still threw up. And I'm like, come on. Plus she doesn't like the medicine at all. My babies sleep a lot too. Yeah. And hopefully she's getting enough of the medicine that it's doing what it needs to get her fixed back up. But yeah, I think even before she was sick, she slept a lot. So yeah, I think that's a dog thing. You think about it, they got a pretty good life. So sleep and eat. Sleep and eat. Crap. But yeah, she seems like she's cold. I'm gonna turn up the aircon. Turn it higher temperature. This is a little chilly in here. It's a little chilly in here. Now it'll probably be too hot. That's kind of the way it works in the car too. Car's got an awesome air conditioner, but that's the problem. Is it doesn't let you set the temperature. It only goes from low, which I think is 16. I think 16 is the low. It's all in centigrade, which I need to figure out what the difference is, and up to 26. So only a 10-degree difference. And so, of course, it's 10 degrees centigrade, so that's quite a bit more Fahrenheit. But yeah, it's weird. When I turn the air conditioner on, it's too cold. When I turn it off, it's of course too hot. And even when I put it on the highest setting, it's too cold. At the lowest fan speed. So it's constantly on and off, on and off, on and off. So yeah. But that means it's a good air conditioner. So yeah. I think it'll be okay when summertime hits here in March. Because then it'll probably be able to keep up. So which is a big problem here in the Philippines. A lot of the air conditioners can't keep up. So Booga, FU, and Retsua, if you guys are in the stream, you guys have prizes from the marbles game, so let me know.
Warp drive active.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing how it works come summertime. But yeah, right now, when it's cooler, everybody was wearing a jacket in the car when we went on Monday. But yeah. Wow.
Warp drive active.
I got my cinnamon crawlers from S&R. Had them in the freezer. All the leftovers from Pancake House and
Docking permission requested.
TGI Fridays are gone. So now I'm back to my regular.
Docking request accepted.
Another low sec. This one's at least 900. This is 2-1. This is 2 in. Two jumps into low sec.
Warp drive active.
Only the good die young.
Warp drive active.
So Booga, FU, and Retsua, if you guys are in the stream, you got a prize from the marbles.
Warp drive
Let me know.
active.
I guess I can't do hauling unless it's missions. There are hauling contracts. I've never done any of them, but yeah, there's a way to do. They're in contracts. If you do finance contracts, let me jump and it'll come up. If you do contract search, if you do contract type. No, that's not it. Yeah, there's kind of a hauling one where you actually haul from one place to another. Yeah, there's not going to be anything here in this system. Yeah, it doesn't say what type it is. But yeah, there's several that they do where you can haul from one place to another. And you have to give a down payment. So if you was watching XD with Lego Maniacs, there you go. Yeah, but they want billions and just know, yeah. In those cases, they're gonna want you to give them. They're gonna want you to give them a deposit, so you don't just take off with the stuff. But they refund it to you when you drop it off. So they refund what you gave them to you, and then they also give you your payment. But yeah, that's the only ones I know about. Yeah. They're usually freighters, and it's usually from null sec to high sec, which is always a pain. Yeah. But yeah, they're the only ones I know about.
Warp drive active.
But yeah, I've never done any of them because, like you said, the deposit is always outrageous. But it makes sense. They don't want you taking off with the stuff. I have a jump freighter collecting dust I might sell. There you go. Yeah, I thought that about my Omega, my Orca, but we ended up using it. I think I even built a second one. So yeah. They come in handy when you least expect it. As soon as you sell it, you'll have a need for it. Khaleesi, thanks for the raid. If you guys aren't following Rose, please give her a follow. So I spelled her name wrong on the first one, so that's why. Yeah, I saw that. I think it's because I spelled her wrong. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, because I spelled her name wrong, so it shouted out to me. I'm a professional streamer. Yeah. I was doing some ratting. Excellent. Hopefully it was profitable. Hopefully it was profitable. Quick raid, got to grab some dinner. No worries, appreciate you. Thanks again. If you guys aren't following Rose, also known as KhaleesiEalesi, give her a follow.
Warp drive active.
So is that vibration new? Every time I exit a station now, the camera's vibrating. Never did that before. Murdering the local defenders, how heartless. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, I never noticed that before. If you do an @ it will fill in the name, then just backspace or delete the @ just to tip. Oh, okay, I'll try that. Yeah, shit, I didn't even think of that. Thanks for that, Lego. So I'm just running Sisters of Eve missions. I'm trying to farm some Sisters of Eve LP. I want to get an Odysseus. And I don't want to pay for it. So, but yeah. Bump, bump, bump. Need to build a retriever earlier. Actually, I did build 3. Been there, done that. That's all right. We can put them to use. We can use them to build some more Hulks if you want. I have the Hulk blueprints. I don't think I have the retrievers, or I don't know. The Hulk retriever is at a coveter. I don't remember. 250,000 LP for the blueprint, and then another 250,000 LP for the SoE net resonators, so that you can then build the ship. So yeah, so about 500,000. So yeah, it's a long-term thing. So I'm at, I think, 100,000 right now. Yeah, 103,000. So yeah, each mission's getting me, yeah, somewhere around 1,000, give or take. We usually take somewhere between 500 and 1,000. I've had as low as 500 and as high as 1,300. But yeah. But that's the only place to get it. I mean, you can buy it from the contracts, but I don't know what they're going for now. Let me see. I can never spell it. I can never spell it. And that's probably not spelled right either. Nope, that's not spelled right either. See if this works. Yeah. Yeah, so 750 million for the blueprint. That doesn't include the net resonators, so. So yeah.
Warp drive active.
Which I'm too cheap to buy it. Not when I can get it for free, but unfortunately it's going to be, it's a long grind. It's a long grind. So. But this gives me time to talk to all you guys, so it works out. Works out. Joe Rowe, thanks for being here, by the way. I don't know that I ever said that earlier, so appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yes, these are, what I'm doing here is level 4s. Yep. But Sisters of Eve are very stingy on their LP. Very stingy. A regular level 4 distros, I get a lot more LP from everyone else. Sisters of Eve are very stingy, probably because they have the best blueprints. So they got the coolest ships. So the Astero, what's the other one? The Odysseus. Yeah, they have all the ships everybody wants. So, which is why they're notoriously stingy with their points. So if I go, I'm gonna filter by price. I want to add blueprint. There you go. So yeah, so the Astero requires around 46 Nexus chips. Ugh. Or I can get it for 10,000 is 10,000 LP. So that's not too bad. The Nestor, same thing. That's 100,000. The Nestor was one I was thinking about. And then the Odysseus is 200,000. And still 250 million as well. So that still sucks. Yeah, it definitely is a better deal to just buy it for the 750 million. But yeah. But the net resonators, either way, I still need it for the net resonators. So yeah. Do you build Marauders? I am working on my first. I'm working on a golem. But that's my first Marauder. So yeah. 500. Look at that. 500 points. It sucks. Every time we deliver these baby dolls. Oh. I don't want to drag that. So, yeah, Nestor, that's a rock type Pokemon. There you go. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if CCP uses Pokemon names. That makes sense.
Warp drive active.
That makes sense. Oh, the Golem, yeah. Yeah, the Golem's the one I'm working on currently, Al. And I've got 3 of the 7 parts built for it. I need to buy the equipment for the other ones. I got most of the equipment bought for this one. But I borrowed it for one of these other ones, and that's why it got completed. But yeah. And then I need some minerals for the actual Raven. Yeah, that's the only one so far. I'm sitting on 50k LP since I won the Odysseus. We could come up with a deal for you, alright? Oh, you're sitting on 250k. Oh, well, in that case, yeah, let's see. Let me see if I get the other 250k, and then, yeah. You could definitely, you could always get the blueprint and sell it. It's going for 750 million. That's 2 million per LP. 2 million per 1,000 LP. Right? 2 million per 1,000 LP. Per 100,000. No. Per 1,000. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, definitely. I'll let you know. Yeah, because I was just thinking about buying the blueprint. Because it costs 250 million. Plus the 250,000 LP. Which is kind of ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous. Damn CCP. Local NPCs can suck my cannons and missiles and mining lasers and strip miners. There you go. Yep. Had a coffee. Had a coffee. I had a coffee. Actually, we got an ad break coming up in a second. Maybe I'll go get another cup of coffee. But yeah. What else? So yeah, I was planning on going over the lot today, but the wife's told me not to. I was actually going to go pick her up and stop by the lot, which I may still do. I hate to have Archie come all this way, and then he's got to go all the way back. So when I can go look at the lot. I haven't been over the lot in 3 days, so we were over Sunday. So yeah. So even without the foreman there, it'd probably still be good to see. They've done the floor, so I definitely want to see that. But supposedly foreman's back tomorrow. So, of course, that's what they told me last week, and he was actually gone 4 days. So I'm not believing it until I see him. So T2 hauler. I don't think this one's considered a hauler, but the Pro Raider is what I use. It's not considered a hauler though. It's a blockade runner. So, but yeah, I don't know. I live in Null. There you go. I use an Avalanche, but I don't think that's a T2.
Docking permission requested.
But I think that's a freighter too. So yeah, I don't know. Good question, Vince. Somebody in the chat will know. I'll use a Deluge. There you go. Yeah, I think that's a tier 1. Oh. $500 frickin' points. Worthless. Specifically mean transport ships, not freighters. Okay. Yeah.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I don't know. You got the crane and the buzzard. Bustard. That's Caldari, I think. Yeah, that's Caldari. But yeah, I've never used one. I don't know which one's the best. I do like my Pro Raider, but that's a blockade runner. Yep. Yeah, arguably the Galente Ocular Violator, I think, because it's a slot layout. Yeah, that's probably a good one. Yep. Any DST ID, I'd say, yeah. Might go with a Violator. There you go. Yeah, I love this Pro Raider. I love this Pro Raider. But yeah, it's a blockade runner, so it doesn't have the capacity of the transport ships. I did skill up the Chiron, but I ain't buying it. Yeah, exactly. That's usually why I end up building them, Joe. It's because once I skill something up that I want, then I end up building it because it's much cheaper to build it. Gonna be a 24-day train on alt anyhow, but I need something safer than my Iteron to move ammo. Yep. That makes sense. Okay. That's what I need for it would be a waste if you ask me. Yeah. Yeah, or you could always, in my case, I could always, if I don't end up using it, then I'll just sell it. But yeah. And I've done that with a couple of them. My goal in EVE, which is kind of a far-fetched goal, but my goal in EVE is to try and build every ship. Except for probably the capitals. And I still got a lot to go. So yeah. Minimar have a ammo hauler, I think. Once you skill them up, the SP difference between the fraction freighters is tiny. Yep. It's so slow. Yep. That's my problem with them, is I don't like to fly them because they're so slow. So slow. You can get them better. If you put some inertial stabs on there and a couple other things, you can get it. You can get the align time down, but yeah, it's still slow. Still slow. Itty Bitty is an amazing workhorse, but thin-skinned, yeah. I'm thinking he's needing something a little stronger to move ammo, so he wants something that with a little bit of a defense on it, I think. Yeah, like I said, I swear by the Pro Raider for moving anything controversial. My freighters move at the speed of Sino Jump. There you go. There you go. Yep. Or, you know, the MWD cloak strip to line. Yep, yep. Not slow at all. There you go. Yeah, I haven't done the jump freighters yet.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Maybe one of these days. A bomber can see you coming. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, that's why I like the co-ops, because it keeps me hidden from most things, but I just hate how the jump freighters have so little room to pack stuff into them. Yeah. I have to learn about jumping yet. Yeah, I don't think I have the skills for the jump freighter.
Warp drive active.
I think the one skill is like super expensive. Ronk and Buck with the pink carnation. So Booga, FU, and Retsua. If you're in stream, I still owe you a prize for the marbles game. Last call. Last call. It's almost 5x the size of a DST. So yeah. And no gate jumping. That's not little. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Warp drive active.
Alright, looks like they're not around. I'm going to close out the marbles. It came from you and me. Marbles gives me trouble that if I leave it open too long, it won't close. Kind of crazy.
Warp drive active.
I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm going to run down and get another cup of coffee here at the ad break. But if you have a Titan, you can sling your full-size freighter, and it's cheaper on fuel, I hear. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, if you have a Titan. You have to hard close it, I imagine, yeah. I'm curious how many Titans there are in the game. Oh man, I'm getting a lot of lag. What's going on?
Warp drive active.
Weld the door shut. So for the cost of a near 300 billion, you could be much more efficient. Yeah, there you go. Just a mere 300 billion. Mere. Yeah. Yeah. 300 billion. Good God.
Docking
That's
permission
crazy.
requested. Docking request accepted.
Got up to dance. Never got the chance. Just tried to take the field. The marching band refused to yield. Do you recall what was the deal today? The music died. I'm getting major lag. Lillian, what's up? Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Let me get you a shout out. Ugh, I can type. That worked great, Lego. Appreciate you. Oh, that's awesome. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Thank you so much, Lego. That's awesome. Awesome. That worked way better. Way better. Wasn't feeling great today, so just taking it easy. And no. Thank you for being here. And I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Hopefully you're going to be feeling better soon. I was under the weather there for a couple weeks, so I know how it goes. So All right, we're about to have the ads start, so I'm gonna run down and get another cup of coffee when the ads are running. So. Maybe heat up Abigail's breakfast again, see if I can get her to eat it. Hey, what's the point of being this amazing if I don't share with my friends, right? There you go. There you go. I appreciate it, Lego. I appreciate your amazingness. In fact, I forgot to check the video this morning to see if there's any more comments on it. Appreciate you always commenting on them, so. Not sick, just feeling blah. Yeah, I know that feeling too. Well, hopefully you feel better. You're probably one of the most positive people I know, so I don't want you to feel blah. That's not good. You're lifting the rest of us up. But I think lately we were all feeling a little blah after the whole art gravy thing, so that one was kind of a... That one hit us all hard, so yeah. Alright, I'm going to dock up here and I'm going to run down and get a cup of coffee. And reheat Abigail's breakfast to see if she'll eat it. Need her to eat. There's the ads. There's the ads. I'll be right back.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
There we go. Okay. You okay, babies? Yeah. Sorry about that. Our graving and the snowstorm. Yeah, the snowstorm too. You guys have been dealing with a lot of stuff there. So yeah. After, I don't know, it's super cold or what, just to say. On my blankets, yeah. Yeah, I remember those days. I don't have that problem here, unfortunately, so. But yeah. Never gets cold enough here to worry about blankets, so. Which is kind of funny. You know, maybe once I get used to the heat, I don't know. But yeah, that snowstorm, I remember those days. Remember those days. Kansas City used to get a lot of ice. They were always fun, pulling the wires down. Pulling the wires down.
Active.
Sorry, I got a hangnail bugging me. But yeah, appreciate you guys being here. And like I said, Lily, you're so upbeat. We're anxious to have you back. So I hope you're feeling better soon. We were actually talking about your avatar earlier. Bungie John was talking about how he looked into having an avatar made, but it was too much work. And I said the same. But yeah, we really like your avatar. So whoever did it did a really good job. So yeah, that's a really cool avatar. And it shows your facial expressions and everything, moves with you. It's pretty good. That's a definitely good job. Very good job. Yeah, very good job. Yeah, whoever did that one did a really good job. Really good job.
Warp drive active.
But yeah, us old guys, Spongy John's an old guy like me. And so we were like, us old guys trying to create something like that. And yeah, that's too much work. I remember just setting up OBS the first time was kind of like, oh my lord. I gave up several times. So I was like, yeah, maybe this streaming thing isn't for me. This is too much work. Ironically, once you get it set up, it's pretty easy after that. But that first setup, getting it all set up the first time and everything configured and actually working, man, what a nightmare. Eventually, Schneid make me a third one, but it just had a person and Etsy make me one. Yeah, there you go. That's a good idea. Yeah, they did a really good job. They did a really good job.
Docking permission requested.
I used another one called crap. Where I got my overlays and stuff done was on Fiverr. Yeah, Fiverr. Fiverr. And that's where I found the guy that did my overlays. And yeah, he did a really good job. But yeah, Etsy's also a good choice. So then you upload into the VTube Studio and Stream. Yep, in Steam. There you go. That's cool. Yeah, Fiverr has people that can make VTube models that are all rigged too. Yep. Yeah, I had him do my layouts and my animated emotes and all that stuff, and he did a really good job. But for a fair price. And but yeah, that's where I was thinking is if I was going to do that, I would probably go that way. That's too much work. That's too much work. Oh, there's another storyline. Yeah, it's too much work. Too much work. But yeah, yours looks great. You have a cam, and a lot of people prefer that. Yeah, that's what I always wanted to be on there, so at least they saw me and saw my face. And but yeah, like in Spongy John's case, his job, he's gotta keep his face hidden for his job and some other stuff. So yeah, so it's kind of like, yeah, in those cases, since I'm a big nobody, it doesn't make any difference. And especially now I'm here in the Philippines. Somebody want to track me down, that would be perfect. That would be perfect. But you have a cam, a lot of people prefer that, yep. But yeah, I've seen a lot of them when I do that charity stream. I'd say probably half of them have the avatar. And so yeah, so it seems to be pretty popular. I used to use a cam, but some of the negativity was hard back then, so I have much better time. Yep. Yeah, I get that sometimes too. Like I said, when we were talking about it earlier, one of the first streamers that ever came into my stream was a woman from South America. I think she was from Brazil, but I'm not positive. And first words out of her mouth were, "Man, you're old." And I was like, okay. But she was like, "I don't mean it as a negative." And I'm like, okay, well then you're going to have to explain it because it sounded pretty damn negative. She's like, "No, you just don't see a whole lot of streamers your age." And I'm like, well, I found out there's actually quite a few streamers my age, so. But yeah, it was funny. It was funny. Turned out to be one of my pleasant memories, so. I got rude remarks because I'm a girl. Yeah, judgy potato's gonna judge. Yep. Yeah, and that's the problem is. We were talking about that earlier. I post everything up to YouTube. So I take off the starting section and I post it up to YouTube. And for some reason, I've been getting somebody giving me thumbs down for like the last 2 months. Just one person. And I'm like, okay, I don't mind the thumbs down, but tell me what you don't like so that I can, either make a conscious effort to fix it or tell you, hey, I'm not going to fix that. And they just give me thumbs down just for whatever. And they keep watching them and giving me thumbs down. So I'm like, okay, if you don't like me, then don't watch it. And so yeah, it was kind of frustrating because of course YouTube won't tell you who's giving you the thumbs down. But that's okay. It's like probably better that way. But yeah, that's what I said at the early part of the stream. I was like, hey, if you're the person on YouTube giving me thumbs down, just tell me why. I don't have a problem with the thumbs down. I appreciate your opinion. I appreciate your input, and I can always improve. So tell me why you're giving me thumbs down. But yeah, and I've said that multiple times on stream, and I never get them to say. Oh yeah. Probably a jealous person who never tried to do content, but you're doing it can rub jealous people. Yeah. They get a lot of that. So I'm also doing the house builds now. So since we're building our house here, I'm doing the house builds, and I have those out on YouTube. And I haven't had any negative comments, thank God. But I've heard from a lot of other vloggers that do their house build, and they get tons of negative comments. And it's just ridiculous. So happy to hang, but my sleep is sideways, and it's pushing 11 p.m. No worries, Blue Gray. Appreciate you. Have a good night. Sleep well. Sometimes it has nothing to do with you. Yeah, I agree. Trolling you for free rent in your head. That's it. So Blue, Blue Gray, sleep well. Appreciate you, bud. Yep, free rent.
Drive
Free rent right here. So yeah. But yeah. Well, and I'm always one that I want to try and improve. And there's always things I can improve on. So yeah, so if there's a legitimate thing that you don't like, then tell me why. And if there's a legitimate thing you don't like, I don't understand why you keep watching. But yeah. But yeah, like you said, it could just be that,
drive active.
man, this guy's posting videos every day. I gotta downgrade him, so. But yeah, it's okay. I'm not posting them on YouTube to try and get payment or anything. I just put them out there so that other people can enjoy them. So I don't have enough viewers to get monetized on YouTube, so, and I don't care. That's not why I'm doing it. So the house build videos I'm actually doing for my children and my grandchild back in America, so they can kind of see what's going on, and anybody from America who wants to see. A lot of people have questions about our house build and that kind of stuff, but yeah, it's one of those. Free hugs, ship name. There you go. Ship name. Free hugs. Yeah, that's one. I think Booga had that on his stream last night. Free hugs. I'll name my next ship that one. Booga, I appreciate it. Booga had that on his stream last night. Free hugs. Free hugs.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Life is a highway. I'm gonna date. We got the girl at gate. Not much time left. I don't care if your feet are too big and your breath stinks. You're okay in my book. I appreciate that, Almonxy. I appreciate it.
Warp drive active.
I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys being here. To be honest, I'd probably do it even if you weren't, but I appreciate you guys being here. It does make it a lot easier. I definitely appreciate my community. So sometimes people never got hugged by their parents, so maybe that's all they need. That's it. That's it. That was my dad. My dad never... I can count the number of times he told me that he loved me on one hand. In 40 years. You know? So I did the exact opposite with my kids. Every time I talk to my kids, I probably tell them 5, 6, 7 times how much I love them. Kind of overcompensating. And they're usually to the point of, Dad, we know. Shut up. Okay, you're embarrassing me. Forget that. I'd take my daughter to school when she was little, give her a big old hug, make a big old scene.
Warp drive active.
So I told her, I said, you know, we remember this, because Dad has no problem embarrassing you. None. I would have loved for my dad to embarrass me just once. I remember when he dropped me off my very first day at college. He dropped me off. He actually did help me unload the car. I lived on the 3rd floor, so I think he helped me the first load.
Warp drive.
And then after that, I had to do the rest myself because he wasn't going up and down the steps. And, but yeah, he was like, all right, see you later. And got in the car and left. And I'm like, complete stranger at this college, never been there before in my life. Just dropped me off and said, see ya. Not even a good luck, you know? Now, don't get me wrong, it worked out. I mean, I became my own person and it worked out. But yeah, but it was funny because I was just like, seriously? Not even a hug now? You're not even going to shake my hand? No. See ya. But yeah, that was my dad. God bless him. God rest his soul. He is passed. He's been gone quite a while now. I think over 10 years. I'd have to check the date to be sure. But yeah, it's definitely been over 10 years. But yeah. Yeah, he was 25 years older than me. And he died at 70. He was before he turned 72. So yeah, so that would have been 47. Yeah, 47. When I was 47, he passed. So yeah, that was over 10 years ago, 11 years ago. Mm-hmm. But yeah, but I turned out all right. So I turned out all right. But yeah,
Drive active.
it did make me have to be my own person, so that was good. Joining the Marines was the best parenting I ever got. There you go. I almost joined the Marines. I almost joined the Marines. I took the test. And I scored in a 90th percentile on the test, and the Marines would not leave me alone. Would not leave me alone. I did it as a kind of a backup to a backup to a backup. I put in applications at 3 universities that I could afford, because I had to pay for it myself. And figured if I didn't get accepted at any of them, which I was a long shot because I had really good grades, then I would maybe go in the service. And my boss I worked at a gas station, and my boss at the gas station was a Marine, so I took the AvFab for the Marines. Yeah, scored in a 90th percentile, and they would not leave me alone. They were like, "Oh, we got to have this guy." And it was actually my boss who was like, they called me Double O. That was my nickname, Double O. I said, Double O, you got a great heart. You're a hard worker. He said, but the Marines, they will destroy you.
Drive active.
He said they will destroy all the good parts of you and make you in their image. And I would hate to see that lost. And I was like, well, and I explained to him, I said, it's really like a 4th or 5th backup. So, it's highly unlikely it would ever come to that, but I got to make sure I have options. And so he said, I understand, but he said, I would recommend the Air Force or something else. He said, because don't get me wrong. He said he was a Marine through and through. He said, I bleed Marines. Ooh-ah. He said, yeah. He said they're going to remake you in their image. Not that that's a bad thing. It's just you won't be Double O anymore. And so yeah, I appreciated that. But yeah, I got accepted at the first. I actually got accepted at all 3 of the colleges, and I went to the cheapest one because I had to pay for it myself. Yeah.
Drive active.
But yeah, it worked out. And I think every summer I came home and was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. This college thing is stupid. I memorize stuff so that I can write it down on a test and then forget it the very next day. This is stupid. And it's just a waste of time. And then I would work all summer at Pepperidge Farm or on the roofing crew. And I'd be like, I cannot do this for the rest of my life. I've gotta complete my college degree so that I can get a better job and not have to do this for the rest of my life. I made good money at Pepperidge. I made good money on the roofing crew. The guy who owned the gas station also had a roofing company, and so I worked roofing as well. And yeah, and I made good money on both of them, but it was mind numbing. It was the Pepperidge Farm. I made excellent money, but it was a job. It was not a career, and a means to an end. And there were a lot of people that had it as a career. And yeah, just nothing exciting about it at all. And so, but yeah, I have the utmost respect for all of you that served, Al. Thanks for your service. Because I did not, that was not my path. My father served in Vietnam and never talked about it. Never talked about it. He actually enlisted because he has a brother that was older. And he already, by the time my dad turned 18, his brother, who was older, already had children, already had a son. Because his eldest is the son. And so because of that, my dad knew he would be drafted. So he enlisted in order to avoid the draft. And yeah, that was the only thing he ever said about it was, yeah, I enlisted to avoid the draft because I was definitely going to be drafted. My family name was already being carried on. And he said, but he said the same thing that you said, is that, yeah, it made him who he was. And I think that's one thing the armed forces are good for us. We're making a man out of you. Yeah, see, that one's doing it again. When you come out of the station, there's a vibration for some reason. But yeah, which I do kind of regret. Not regret. I don't have any regrets. But yeah, I do. I would have liked to been a little tougher. I could have used a little bit more toughness. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Yeah. I could have used a lot more toughness, to be honest. But that would have made me somebody different than who I am now, and I'm happy with who I am now. So that's a problem with regret. I'm watching one I'm watching now is a 12 Monkeys series. They just put it on Prime, and I just got through season 1. 13 episodes of season 1. It was a long one, but it's got 3 more seasons I'm gonna watch. But I haven't looked to see how many episodes each of them have. But yeah, it's a time travel thing where there's a plague, and so they're jumping back in time to try and stop the plague. And I enjoy those kind of time travel ones. Not because I'd ever want to time travel, but because the futility of it all. Like every time they try to change something, they end up screwing something else up. So I think that's all the time travel movies, right? Starting with the very first one, which was, well, Back to the Future, you know. But I don't know if Back to the Future was first or Terminator, but yeah. Probably Terminator, I think. 12 Monkeys series based on an, 1995 Bruce Willis movie, yep. I saw the movie, and yeah. I did see the movie. But yeah, I think they expand on it a lot more. Probably more than they needed to. Like I said, there were 13 episodes in the first season, and I think it was way too long. I think they could have summed most of it up with a lot less. Terminator, but the only thing they have in common is time travel. Terminator's a horror movie, yeah. Yeah. But they kind of both show the kind of futility of the time travel, changing the past. Because changing the past changes the future. So yeah, different genres, but pretty much the same underlying concept. Is the more you try to change, the worse it gets. Harry Matalis, the showrunner for 12 Monkeys, was the showrunner of Picard season 3. I didn't know that. Oh, so there's a Marvel show, Vision Quest. I haven't seen that one. There's another movie called Vision Quest from the 80s that was one of my favorites. But that was a different one. It wasn't Marvel. Picard Season 3 I enjoyed. Actually, anything Picard. My son's named Patrick, after Patrick Stewart. So yeah, anything Picard. I'm in. Though I do think he's getting way too old to continue acting, but more power to him. This Vision Quest is about what happened to White Vision after he was resurrected. Okay, from the Wanda Vision series. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not a huge Marvel fan, so I don't know the whole. I think I've watched the Iron Mans, and I've probably caught glimpses of some of the others on when I was on an airplane somewhere because it was the only thing available. But yeah, Stewart will reprise his role in Avengers Doomsday. There you go. God, he's in his 80s, I think. How old is Patrick Stewart? Yeah. 85 years old, 1940. Still acting at 85. God bless him. I've seen all 35 Marvel movies. Really? Wow. Yeah, I definitely have it. Yeah. And then there's Starfleet Academy. Yeah, he'll be 86 in July. 86 in July. Wow. Yep, July 13th. Yep.
Thank you.
Angry Gaming Couple, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Academy episode 1 and 2 were okay. 3 suck donkeys. I heard that it was pretty bad. I have not watched it. Actually, I haven't watched it because I don't have Paramount. Here I have to pay for everything. So, yeah, here I have to pay for everything. So yeah, I haven't. I want to get it so that I can watch Tulsa King, season 3 of Tulsa King, because I've enjoyed that. But yeah, I need to wait for something else on there. So love Eve Online. I love Eve Online as well. So appreciate it. Woke Fleet, yeah, it's meant for a young adult audience, but older Trekkies are yeah, that's what I heard too. You should look my tune up, Alejandra. There's only one. I'll take a look at it here in a second.
Warp drive active.
EIHLAJNDR. There it is. Awesome sauce. Nice character. Nice character. I'm gonna add you as a. I'm gonna add you as a contact. Our longy bro, Arden Fleet, hallowed be thy ship. I like it. I like it. I like it. The Eve prayer. The Eve prayer. Eve prayer. I haven't played it, but my husband and I are thinking of hopping back in here soon. Yeah, I was gone for quite a while and came back, so. Yeah, praise Bob. Praise Bob. Praise Bob. Praise Bob. Praise Bob. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Active.
Yeah, I was away. I think this last one I was away for like 8 years. And actually, we were talking about that this morning. I came back because I got an email saying that the unallocated skill points I had on my account were gonna be removed. So I came back to add those, and then also
Mission requested.
I was streaming And Twitch suggested Eve Online. It would give me more viewers. And so, because I had like nobody watching me. And so, yeah, so no, I'm actually running distribution missions for Sisters of Eve, trying to farm their LP. Trying to get an Odysseus. And unfortunately, the blueprint is 250,000 LP, and then the component to build the blueprint are also another 250,000 LP. So kind of a long grind. But yeah. So yeah. And Twitch was right. This is more than no viewers. Yeah. Twitch was definitely right. I made a really good community with the Eve Online. So yeah. Or I had nobody watching me before. So yeah. Not that I did it for the watchers, but it's always nice to have you guys here. So, have you tried that weird NASA mini game? No, no, I don't think so. I can't figure it out. Oh, you're talking about that? No, I haven't. Yeah, I couldn't figure it out either. Yeah, I couldn't figure it out either. The one with the sino waves and stuff. Yeah, I couldn't figure it out either. Yeah, it is weird. It is weird. But yeah, Twitch was kind of like, hey, you should do EVE Online. I'm like, I used to play EVE Online. I could do EVE Online. Plus, I just got an email that said my skill points are going to expire. So let me get on there. Project Discovery. That's it. It's not weird. It's weird to me. I haven't been able to figure it out. We kill the Titan once. There you go. There you go. That's a nice claim to fame. That's a nice claim to fame. Super easy and real easy-isk. Well, Lego, one day you're going to have to explain it to me. Because I never can figure it out. We used to run Logi for some of the bigger alliances. There you go. Yeah, Eve always drags you back. Eve always drags you back sooner or later. So, did they start a new project server project? It was for COVID research. It's for COVID research. I don't know. You just draw squares to encase the individual clusters. Super easy and boring. Yeah, I could never get it. So, I thought it was for discovering hidden planets. That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. Something in game. But I never heard of anybody actually discovering one. But yeah, I couldn't figure it out either. Yeah, it was designed to teach AI how to identify viruses. Oh, okay. No, it was for COVID research for sure. The COVID one was the 4th iteration. Okay. They were working with a university or something like that. Okay, that's cool. Ooh. It is for machine learning. There you go. So that then I won't be able to prove that I'm not a robot by selecting the stoplights, because the machine will actually be able to select the stoplights too. You're teaching your replacements. There you go. For 1,000 ISK. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, I'm kind of glad I didn't figure it out then. Though it would have been nice to do some COVID research. That would have been nice. Could have definitely used a lot more research on that one. It's midnight here for me. Great stream. No problem. Appreciate the follow. Take care. Sleep well. What time tomorrow night are you going to be on? So, be 9 a.m. my time. So, I think you're in Texas, right? I don't know. Are you Central or are you... It'll be 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Our discovery is a science initiative. Real-life scientists pass their data sets to CCP, and the game apply it for us in ways that allow us to help speed up their research by shifting through their data in ways that will be helpful them. Cool. 8 p.m. Central. Actually, it'd probably be 7 p.m. Central. Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. 7 p.m. Central. So, yeah. But honestly, whenever you get here, Scimitar, it's all good. It's all good. Last week, I think we only had 2 people besides me, so. More exotic dancers. More exotic dancers. But yeah. You're going to get some sleep too. No, I appreciate it. First iteration was for protein folding. And the second was for detecting exoplanets. Okay, cool. Yeah, I could never seem to get it right. And it never really told me why I wasn't getting it right. It just kept telling me wrong, wrong, wrong. Fourth was for COVID. I forget what the third was. I'll stick with poking myself in the eye, more attaining to me than prejudice discovery. I try not to poke myself in the eye that often, but every once in a while. It actually tells you when to you start. It gives an overview. So maybe that's what I missed. Maybe I clicked through that. Thanks, Scimitar. Appreciate it. If you read the pop-up, that's probably what happened. Is I probably clicked through it and then complained because I didn't know what the instructions were because I'm an idiot and clicked through it. But yeah, kind of makes sense. That sounds like something I would do. And then complain. RTFD. Read the effing directions. There you go. Poking yourself in the eye. That way you can focus the paint in one spot. It shows you what it wanted so you can see and kind of figure out what it wants. Yeah. Yeah, I probably didn't read the directions. I'm not a big direction reader, so. Oh, and that's probably the other reason. So I probably only did like 10 of them and could never get it. So since I couldn't get it, I just kind of gave up. Like, okay, not for me. I've actually turned the air conditioner up 2 degrees and it's still cold in here. I don't know. Since they cleaned it, seems to run too good. Of course, we were supposed to clean it every 6 months and we let it go, I think, 10 months before we actually got it cleaned. So, poor guys. For the next one, we'll have them clean it when they move it to the new house. So that'll be in about 6 months, probably less. Yeah, so when they move it to the new house, we'll have them clean it. And then I'll start. I need to find a good calendar program. I used to use my work calendar to keep track of everything. And now that I don't work anymore, I don't have a calendar to keep track of stuff. After the first practice item, it does double check your work. You're supposed to be teaching a machine, but they randomly throw in some that check your work to make sure you aren't just slopping down whatever. Yeah, I think that's what I was doing. I say err on the side of making the selected areas bigger to try and guess what sections are separate from it. Other than that, it's not anything to worry about. Yeah. Yeah, I could never seem to get it I could never seem to give it what it wanted. And so yeah, I was like, okay, never mind. Boom, boom. You're as cold as ice. Seen it before. I've had a few women in my past that fit this bill. My ex-wife, bump, which is ironic because I refer to her affectionately as Satan. So cold is usually not one descriptive adjective I would use for her, but anytime you think of Satan, you always think hot. But it's easy, yes, but that's about the only reason to do it. Yeah, in my opinion. I appreciate it because, yeah, I could never figure it out. And I really didn't give it that much thought. So yeah, yeah. There's a layer of hell where the people there are buried up to their necks in blocks of ice. Oh, there you go. So that's where she'd be. Yeah, that's where she'd be. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. According to Dante, one of the 7 layers of hell. So that was seven something to hell, I think. Yeah, Dante's Inferno. If you get to level 50, I think, or 100, or something that required about 100 hours of clicking, you get a Marshall BPC. Really? Wow. Well, that might be worth it. I mean, just do a couple a day. Yeah, see, I didn't get any of that. I didn't. I might actually do it for a free BPC. Shut. Of course, that's what Lego's saying. I think Lego's just trying to see if he can get me to do it. There you go. Yep, it limits you. You can only do it for like 45 minutes a day. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do it even that long. Like you said, it's per character too. Oh, man. Well, hell, that might be worth it. Marshall BPC. The Marshall BPC is true, yeah. Per character. Well, hell, that might be worth it. There are also pacifier BPC and the cruiser too. Well, that's cool. So at least they're giving you something instead of just boring click, click, click. Marker like the final reward. Yeah, Enforcer, that's the other one. Yeah. Free BPCs. Man, can't beat that. Makes sense. Makes sense. I do not see a Marshall. It is a pacifier on mine at level 50. Is there more? Yeah, probably. Yeah. Having myself to sleep. Free BPC. Fish on. Yeah, exactly. That might be worth it. Boring or not. Honestly, these Sisters of Eve missions aren't that exciting, but I'm doing them, so boring is usually not a problem. Free! Free! That's the big seller. Free! What? Free? Nobody told me free. Nobody told me free. Abigail, you need to eat your breakfast, babies. You gotta be hungry. Free. I never realized you can scroll to the right. I need to do that. Yeah, I may take a look at it again. See if it'll give me the pop-up tooltip so that I can actually learn it. Maybe I'll do it on one of my alts that hasn't done it yet. So that way I can figure out how to do it. I try to run SoE on multiple alts at the same time to spice it up a little bit. Yeah, and turn them in. Fleet to my main to share the rewards. Yep. It's a level 500, not 50 for the Marshall. Yeah. 500. Ouch.
Docking permission requested.
Still. It's a goal. Yeah, wolf wolf your food down. Yeah, she doesn't want to eat. They said she won't have an appetite. The medicine causes that, but we got to force feed her. I'm not a big one for force feeding her, especially since she's so fat. Like, she could stand to lose some weight, but I think she needs the food for the medicine. And like I said, the medicine usually makes her pretty nauseous, so, which is the other problem. It's like, come on. Half the time she loses her food with the medicine, which is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Well, I was going off my poor memory. It's like a year's worth of clicking. Yeah. 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 With the medicine at the bottom of her food. Now, this is all liquid stuff, and we got to give it to her after her food by a lot. Like yesterday, I did 2 hours, and she still threw up. Usually we try to do 2 hours. I thought was more than enough. But if we give it to her like a half an hour after her food, she always throws up. But yeah, I struggled to get to level 25. I don't know if I can do 500, even if I get a free marshal right. The highest I've gotten on any character is like 30-ish. I always lose interest. Yeah, I know. But yeah, she's super picky about what she'll eat now. She won't eat the same thing 2 days in a row. Which is funny, because back in America, she got dog food every damn day. The same dog food for years. No problem. Now, her mom started feeding her human food, and now she's like, oh no, I'm not eating that. She won't even look at the dog food. Yeah, the other stuff, I'm not eating that. I'm like... Ugh. She thinks she's a human child. Yeah. It's only a 1-run copy, so it is super rare, but it takes dedication. Even though it's only 1 run, it's worth $1 billion. I bet it is, yeah. Yeah. If you guys are only on 30 and you've been doing it for a while, and you got to get to 500, I'm like, yeah, I'm probably never going to get that, so. I can't even be dedicated with my PI for crying out loud. No, actually, when I need the PI, I actually do it, so... Right now, I'm pretty flush on all the PI that I use, so that's why I haven't needed it. Oh...
Warp drive active.
I don't know, did Booga or FU or Ritsuwa come back? I try to do 4 accounts at a time and tab through them so I can do it faster, but even then it's just, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I understand the boring. I mean, these Sisters of Eve missions are not, not super exciting, but yeah. I understand the boring, so that's not a huge problem, but yeah, that seems like 500, level 500 for the Marshal. That's crazy. You guys have been doing it forever and you're only at level 30. That's, yeah. Get that. Oh, I don't know. Free is still free. And super rare. Super rare is probably. I'm like, super rare. I like super rare. Super rare and free. Like, I don't know. We'll see.
Warp drive active.
Oh, man. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think I was up till 2 o'clock watching 12 Monkeys last night. I wanted to finish the first season, and then of course getting up at 7:30 again this morning. So yeah, I'm gonna need a nap. Though I have a feeling the wife's gonna change her mind, and I'm gonna go pick her up, which will be good. So. Sometimes I think people gotta have bots that do it for them because no sane human would complete that track. Yeah, Zavar Gaming, thanks for the follow. Yeah, you might be right. You might be right. You might be right. I remember back in the day there used to be a bot that did, that you could get to do just about anything. Eve Minor, I think it was called. But yeah. It did screen scraping and that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was never perfect. But
Warp drive active.
I lost a lot of barges because it screwed up. Funny, because now I think the code from that is what's actually in the NPC miners now. I think the guy who wrote Eve Miner sold it to CCP, and now they use it for the NPC miners. I've been rendering videos for hours. Got 35 songs I've been stacking and sitting on for weeks. There you go. Talk about boring.
Active.
Yeah, so our car has an audio system. Doesn't have a CD player, but it does USB. The problem is I have a USB with literally like 3,000 songs on it. And it will not play them by directory. I have them all separated by directory. So directory by album, directory by artist, blah 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 blah. And I have all sort. It won't play them by directory. And I'm like, well, that defeats the purpose. It's like I gotta have a USB for every genre of music so that it will play. Because yeah, it's got a random and a repeat, but it really doesn't. It doesn't give you a whole lot. And I'm like, this kind of sucks. I mean, this is the top of the line car here in the Philippines. Come on. I'm like, it doesn't even have satellite radio, which was the other one. I was like, surely it should have satellite radio. Nope, no satellite radio either. Not even an option. It's got a big old tablet like a Tesla, but it has like no features. I'm like, well, that freaking sucks. So I'm happy with the car, but that one I'm a little thing. So just get FM transmitter and Bluetooth for your phone. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do because it does tie to the phone. Good God, what is the lag? But yeah, because that's what I was thinking, is putting the music on the phone, tie it to the phone and play it that way, because then I have more control over it. But I think then the problem is I can't do the because the GPS is running off the phone. So I think if I'm playing music on the phone, it won't do the GPS as well. I don't know though, it should. But with the car, it'll play the music and do the GPS, which is nice. Unfortunately, it doesn't play the music I want. It just randoms all 3,000 songs, which is frustrating. Yeah. But yeah, I'll have to try that. I use Woz and sometimes it takes over and crashes my music player. Yep. Yeah, see, I use Google Maps. Google Maps seem to work pretty good here. It's the better. Waze doesn't really work here. No, I'm in the Philippines, Lord Kaus, in case you didn't know that. Sorry. But yeah. So yeah, they don't. They're a little behind America in the technology game. In some cases. In other cases, they're ahead of us, so. Oh, ads are on. Oh, no, ads are getting ready to start in a minute. Shine in your arms. Cutting crew. That was one we were talking about the other day. So I use Spotify and I pay for it with my PayPal, which is an American PayPal account. So it charges me American rate for Spotify, even though Spotify here in the Philippines I can get for a quarter of what I pay in America. But because my PayPal is an American account, it treats it as America, and I can't get the lower rate for being in the Philippines, which just sucks. So I've thought about opening a Filipino PayPal, so that and then just put the same things on it and get the cheaper rate. But I don't know if that'll work or not. But yeah, it's like
Warp drive active.
that's what I'm using to play the music here is a Spotify. So
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
back itches. There's the ads. There's the ads. To be discreet. Yeah, anytime I deliver the doll babies, they only give me 500 points. Spotify is a pain in the ass to get music listed on. Yeah, I bet. I bet. I haven't tried. So far, they had everything I was looking for, but yeah, they're charging me $13 a month. I think it's actually going up to $15 a month. And but here in the Philippines, they only charge $3 a month, and I'm like, well, that doesn't make no sense. I think I did like 3 of my albums and was like, screw this, I'll just use YouTube instead. Yep. Yeah, it makes sense. And I don't know why. You think they would want to get music out there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what their logic is, or if they have any logic, to be honest.
Warp drive active.
Bum, bum, bum.
Warp drive active.
Bum, 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 bum.
Warp drive active.
Welcome back from the ads.
Warp drive
Appreciate you guys.
completed.
Can fly the Audis, not even level 1 mastery. There you go. Well, at least you can fly it. I think I can fly it. No, I checked that before.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Oop. Yeah, I have everything needed to be able to fly it. And I have level 1. Nope, I have requirements, but not level 1 mastery. Yeah. Yeah. Needs all the command specialist stuff. But yeah, I can fly it too, but nothing else. Yeah, so it's based on what you're transporting. If I'm transporting janitors, that's 1,000. If I'm transporting strippers, I think that's like 800. And if I'm transporting doll babies, that's only 500, which is kind of ridiculous.
Warp drive active.
So, question for you guys: what do you call one of those long-handled things? It has a handle. It's got a trigger. And it has a kind of like a claw at the end that you use to pick up trash and stuff. What is that called? I'm trying to search for one, and I don't know what it's called. Long-handled claw gripper thingy. Yeah, I never find it. But yeah, I'm sure there's probably a name for it. In the old days, all we had was a stick with a nail at the end, and that's how you picked up the trash. But now, they've got sophisticated stuff. When we were at the beach the other day, there's a ton of trash there, and I was really disgusted with the trash. And so I thought, I need to get one of those so that I have it, and I can just pick up the trash and that kind of thing. Grab tool. All right, I'll try that. Did you? I didn't ask ChatGPT, Jerry Can. You're right. I should have. I should have. Yeah, I should have. Yeah, Grabber Reacher on Amazon. Grabber Reacher. Okay, thanks. Yeah, unfortunately, I can do Amazon here, but um, there's no 2-day shipping. It takes 2 weeks, and they usually charge me a tariff. So, but they have one called Shopee here in the Philippines, and so. Yep. Grab tool worked as well as Grabber Reacher. Yeah. Say Metro Manila. And only preferred sellers. Yeah, it's not giving me preferred sellers. Problem is, you don't want to go with the cheapest one. It'll fall apart. Also, trash gripper pickup tool. There you go. We're his ChatGPT. There you go. There you go. Yeah. I would send you one, but we know it would never get there. Yeah, exactly. Al sent me a Christmas card, and I think he sent it like in, what, August? September? And it still has not arrived. I'm sure somebody has that Christmas card hanging on their bulletin board somewhere between here and Portland. Somebody was just like, we're not going to deliver this one. We'll just put it here on our bulletin board. Pretend like it's to us. I have a mail service, and I actually had them ship me something, and they had given up on it and offered to refund me the money. Actually, they did refund me the money. And then we're going to actually pay me the insurance as well. And I said, nah, don't worry about it. It's okay. I'll be more careful in the future. And then like a month later, it took 2 months to get here. A month later, it showed up. October. So yeah, anything I send from the U.S. now, I send to my sister-in-law's house. She's in Manila. Trying to get anything delivered out here to the province from America is difficult. Though it's weird. We send our boxes out here, so they have a service where you can send what they call a Bionic Bion box, which is a pretty big box. And whatever you can put in it. You fill it full of lead, you fill it full of feathers, $100. And we ship, I don't know, 47 of those here to the Philippines. And those all got here to the province. But like I said, that's kind of a special service. So yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. But yeah, they sell them here. And honestly, they're probably cheaper than buying it in America. It's definitely cheaper than buying it in America and shipping it here. But yeah, they sell them here. The problem is the quality. But then again, I really don't care if I'm just picking up trash with it. So I really don't know why the Filipinos allow the trash to lay around like that. It's kind of frustrating. But yeah. But one of the other ones I was looking for was like the pill pockets. We used to use the pill pockets for the dogs when they had to take pills, and they were really good. But they're hard to find here too. So, but I haven't actually looked on Shopee. They might have them on Shopee. So, but yeah. Every time I go out to Shopee and think about what I want to look for, I can never remember. And then when I'm out and about, I'm like, I really should search Shopee for that. And then, of course, by the time I get home, I don't remember that. I used to work for a landscaping company that had a contract with municipality, and we used those to clean along freeways. Yep, that's what I was going to do with this one. Is the beach had a lot of trash on it, which was just ridiculous. Here, everything blows and blows and blows, and so I was gonna, the next time we go to the beach, I was gonna take it with us, because from where we're building our house, it's like a mile and a half from our house to the public beach. And so I was just going to put it in the car, so I had it. Plus, there's, at our lot where they're building the house, we've told the guys, pick up the trash. We don't want it blowing into the neighbors and pissing off the neighbors, but they never seem to pick up the trash. So the concrete bags and everything are blowing around, and then they burn all the trash there. They don't have a trash pickup service in where our house is being built. There's one here where we're renting, but there's not one where the house is being built. And so they burn everything. So yeah, they just throw it down and burn it, and it's very hard to burn stuff here because of the humidity. And so usually the fire goes out and then it blows into the neighbors, and the neighbor doesn't seem to care, but it bothers me because I'm like, yeah, I don't want our trash all over all the neighbors' yards. So yeah. And it was a common thing with builds here in the Philippines. Every single vlogger I've watched online, same problem. So yeah, it's just, they clean it up when they're done. They don't clean it up during, and I'm like, yeah. The stuff that blew away, you're never gonna get, so. But yeah. Get it still and start making your own white lightning. Use some of that to help it burn faster. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I told them. I said, probably kerosene. They don't have a whole lot of kerosene here, which is strange. But a lot of them use gasoline, which is super dangerous. So. And so, yeah. But yeah, even then, it's still, the gasoline burns off and then everything. It's amazing. Even like a paper bag. There's so much moisture in the air. I mean, we've got like, I think right now, I mean, I'd have to check, but I think normally the normal is like 75% humidity. And so even a paper bag, it absorbs so much moisture from the air that it won't burn. And so yeah, it's kind of funny. And they don't have it's weird. They don't have newspapers here, which I guess that's part of the day and age. And they don't have a whole lot of paper, so nobody's wasting paper on newspapers, but which they don't really do. They still do in America, I guess, but not as much as they used to. So it's our mass-producing homemade thermite. There you go. Yeah. I was thinking napalm. But yeah, I'd probably start some kind of war, and I don't want to go there. But yeah, napalm definitely will burn. Yeah.
Docking permission requested.
But yeah.
Docking request accepted.
So yeah, we're gonna have a barrel that we're gonna burn our stuff in, and we're only gonna burn the burnable stuff. We're gonna put everything else in kind of a compost pit, is what my plan is. But yeah, we'll have to see how that works. But they burn like plastic here, which is like super dangerous because it gives off really bad fumes when you burn it. But they don't even think about it. It's like, no big deal. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of a big deal. But ironically, they don't have the same problems that, there's no epidemic here on all the things we have an epidemic on in America. Very few people here have Alzheimer's. Very few. Which is, makes me think it probably has to do with the chemicals. So, yeah. Oxidizer and accelerant, yep. Because in America, they put all kinds of chemicals and stuff that they don't allow anywhere else in the world. So, but yeah. There's something. Flying side by side with this guy. Is he following me? No, he's just going to the same place. I write the songs. He jumped before me. But yeah. So yeah, I'll have to figure something out. Figure I'll put something in the can to always keep it. Maybe charcoal. They do make charcoal here. In fact, my brother-in-law, that's one of the ways he made money. He made money before we came. Was he would make charcoal and sell charcoal to people. Which I thought, well, that's kind of ingenious. A couple of the survival games that I played, you had to make charcoal in order to do stuff. And so it's like, that's cool. Nobody in America makes charcoal that I know of. They got probably companies that make it, but yeah, no individuals. But yeah, I've read a couple of studies that link Alzheimer's to micro metal pellets given off in car exhaust smog. They're small enough to pass the blood-brain barrier and start. Oh, I didn't realize that. See here, the pollution is horrible, horrible. Like in Manila, oh, just horrible. Here in the province, not so much because it's a lot more open air, and there's a lot more cars in Manila. But they have no emissions here whatsoever. So the cars pretty much give off, In fact, the jeepneys are notorious for just spewing out huge clouds of smoke, exhaust smoke, which is just ridiculous. But yeah, I didn't realize that was it. See, I would think something like that would be more for the cancer thing. Because we kind of have an epidemic of cancer in America as well, but... And they do have some cases of cancer here, but not as much as in America, nowhere near. A lot more people in America than in the Philippines, though, so... Oh, I'm curious. I don't know that I've ever actually checked it. Yeah, just one of the possibilities. Population of Philippines. 115 million. 112 million. As of 2024. July 2024. Populations of America. 2024. 340 million. So about 3 times. So America has about 3 times the population of the Philippines. It's not bad.
Warp drive active.
Roughly. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, about 3 times the population of the Philippines. So we're in the last half hour. So appreciate you guys being here. See if the wife is texting me. Yep. Well, maybe. Could be one of these other freebies. Nope. Archie will drop me later this afternoon. We will come tomorrow. So yeah, we're not going to go to the lot today. So she knows I'll be upset about the foreman not being there, but that's all right. I'll get over that. I mean, it makes sense he takes him where he needs him, but still. Undock. Reach for the sky. Yeah, there it is, shaking again. When I exit the station, it's shaking. I don't know why. I've never noticed that before.
Warp drive active.
Turbulence as I'm exiting the station. I guess, I don't know. So that'll let Abigail get some more rest. So that's good at least. But yeah, I got to get her to eat something. Unfortunately, with the medicine, she can't have dairy. The one thing I know she'll eat is cheese. But she's not allowed to have dairy with this medicine. Which she's been pretty pissed at me. Because she really likes cheese. But I'm sure that's probably not helping with the fat problem. But yeah, I'll have to find something. She'll eventually eat it. She'll get hungry enough. But that's the problem, is I need her to eat it so I can give her the medicine. Anyway, appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you guys being here. We're going to have to figure out who we're going to raid. See who we're going to raid. See who we're going to raid. See who we're going to raid. And Narcos is out there. It's Goonies out there. And Narco says, mic off, just working. I don't know what that means, but Zarko's Dungeons out there. Zero Chronos is out there. I haven't raided Zero in a while. Maybe we'll raid Zero. We'll see if Zero is going to be around for a bit. Yeah, he's at two hours. So yeah, let's raid Zero. Let's raid Zero. We'll do one more. That means the Narcos is not talking to people, just working on things. Yeah. I need to watch him to keep my view stream alive, but yeah, I don't like him when he doesn't talk. But we'll do one more mission, and then we'll raid out. Maybe raid out a little early. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow for the mining event. That'll give me enough time to fly back to Eufene. I gotta fly back to Eufene so I can be there for the mining event tomorrow. So, but yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys watching. We get out of here before the ads, so that way you don't have to put up with another ad break.
Docking permission requested.
Come on.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Bum, bum, bum. Genesis. Yeah, we'll do one more. Actually, let me check out this storyline. Kernite. All right. Easiest storyline ever. So yeah, we'll do one more. They keep giving me the same ones over and over again. I wonder if I can reprocess these. I never actually tried. Oh, did I grab it? I think I did. Yep, I did. Yeah, we'll do this. Will be the last one.
Active.
And then we'll raid out the 0. Give him some love. Give him some love. I haven't raided him in a while. Now I know. 8.27 for Servants of Sisters of Evil. Well, thanks for that, Seth.
Active.
Maybe Friday we'll do a RimWorld stream. Maybe we'll start a new RimWorld. Or we can continue with the other one. We still have that one. I don't know how many updates RimWorld's had. Hopefully it didn't break anything. That happens from time to time.
Warp drive active.
Bad medicine.
Warp drive active.
I got lots of money. Well, there it is. Oof, man, they're expensive. Ouch. I found the pill pockets on Shopee, but they're super expensive.
Active.
Ridiculous. And dock up, deliver this one, and we'll see who's closer. Oop. Geo sells 4 jumps. Eufine is 4 jumps. Excellent.
Docking permission requested.
We'll just head right to Eufine.
Accepted.
All right, let's see how we did. We had 96 when we started. And we're at 112. So we're 4,000 short of 20. So 16, so that's still 4,000 an hour. So, yep. So, yeah, we're averaging about 4,000 an hour.
Warp drive active.
Grinding through them. Grinding through them. It works. It works. Yeah, we're gonna do 0. We haven't rated him in a while, so we'll raid 0.
Warp drive.
But yeah, appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. We will have the mining event tomorrow. 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. here in the Philippines. Appreciate you guys. I'm going to raid out
Thank
to that.
you.
Ton Patchy, thanks for the follow. Appreciate ya. Appreciate ya. But yeah, everybody's welcome at the mining event tomorrow. So the mining event is in Eufine. So check it out in Eve Client. See how far away you are. And you guys are all welcome. We provide the boost. We provide the compression. No charge, no tips. So just come out, mine. Good time. Good friends. Good tunes. So, Autonomous, good to see ya. No problem, Al. Let me get a shout out for Autonomous. Oh man, Lego, I owe you so much for that tip. God, that is awesome. That is awesome. You are awesome, Lego. Now I don't have to worry about spelling their name right anymore. Oh, that's super awesome. Yes, if you guys aren't following Autonomous, please give him a follow.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. Let me set up the raid here for 0. See if that's it. Yep, got it. All right, cool. Should be able to get docked up before the raid goes off. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks again. We will see you tomorrow. And we'll have a good time mining. So special thanks. Thanks, Lego. Thanks, Almonxy. Thanks, Jerry Can. Thanks, Autonomous. Ton Patchy. Appreciate the follow. Thanks, Seth. Appreciate you guys. And we will see you tomorrow. Take care. Thanks, Lillian.